Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. Take risks now and do something bold. You won't regret it. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. Don't confuse schooling with education. I didn't go to Harvard, but people who work for me did. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. Great companies are built on great products. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. It's very important to like the people you work with. Otherwise, life and your job is going to be quite miserable. When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Nah, what's wrong with a horse?" That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. My biggest mistake is probably weighing too much on someone's talent and not someone's personality. I think it's possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. Don't delude yourself into thinking something's working when it's not, or you're gonna get fixated on a bad solution. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. I do think there is a lot of potential. If you have a compelling product and people are willing to pay a premium for that. I'm interested in things that change the world, or that affect the future, and wondrous new technology where you see it, and you're like, wow, how did that even happen? How is that possible? If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is a failure. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. Thanks for watching.